Have you ever felt like you're being taken for granted? Feeling undervalued can be frustrating and demoralizing, whether in the office, among friends, or even with your significant other. But what if I told you that commanding the respect you deserve isn't just a pipe dream? It's something you can start achieving today. In this video, we're diving deep into the strategies that can transform how others perceive and treat you. These aren't just tips and tricks. They're actionable lessons rooted in Stoic philosophy, designed to help you command respect in every aspect of your life. Remember the words of Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. With this profound insight as our guide, we'll explore how you can ensure you leave a lasting, respected impression on everyone you encounter. Before we jump into these life-changing lessons, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're ready to take control of how you're perceived and start demanding the respect you deserve, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment below with the words, "I demand respect." By doing this, you're not just supporting the channel. You're making a powerful statement about the new standard you're setting for yourself. Ready to uncover the secrets to earning the respect you've always wanted? Let's get started. Lesson 1. Embrace self-sufficiency. Let's start with a fundamental principle, self-sufficiency. At first glance, you might wonder what self-sufficiency has to do with earning respect. The connection is more profound than you might think. When you demonstrate that you can handle life's challenges on your own, you naturally command the admiration of others. Self-sufficiency isn't just about managing tasks alone. It's about taking full ownership of your life. Joan Didion once said, "The willingness to accept responsibility for one's own life is the source from which self-respect springs." This idea hits the nail on the head. When you take responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes, you project a strong sense of confidence and independence that others can't help but respect. Picture this. You're at work, taking on a challenging project without needing constant guidance. You push through difficulties, make decisions, and ultimately deliver results. Or maybe you're the friend with their finances in order, offering sound advice when others struggle. These aren't just skills, indicators that you've got your life together. And people notice. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight to start embracing self-sufficiency. Begin with small steps, like planning your week without relying on others or tackling a new skill independently. Each time you do, you're not just building your confidence, but also shaping how others perceive you. Remember, demanding respect doesn't always have to be vocalized. Living self-sufficiently sends a clear message. I'm in control, and I deserve to be respected for it. So, take the helm of your life and watch as respect comes naturally without you having to say a word. Lesson 2. Master non-reactive behavior. Let's talk about a skill that can truly set you apart. Mastering non-reactive behavior. In moments of tension or conflict, your ability to stay composed and measured will distinguish you as someone worthy of respect. Imagine this scenario. You're in an important meeting, and a colleague sharply criticizes your work in front of everyone. Your instinct might be to jump to your defense or to fire back with a retort. But what if instead you took a moment to pause? You shift the entire dynamic by taking that brief moment to breathe and gather your thoughts. Instead of reacting impulsively, you calmly acknowledge their point and suggest a discussion to explore their concerns further. This kind of response doesn't just defuse the situation, it demonstrates your maturity and control. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." In other words, when you react impulsively, you're handing over control of your emotions to someone else. But by choosing to respond instead of react, you maintain your power and show others that external pressures do not easily sway you. This approach isn't just valuable in professional settings. It's as powerful in your personal life. Think about a time when a loved one made a hurtful comment. Instead of snapping back or withdrawing, imagine calmly addressing the comment when emotions have cooled. This shows that you're not only in control of your feelings, but also mindful of how your actions impact others. This level of emotional intelligence commands respect in a subtle yet profound way. To practice non-reactive behavior, start by becoming aware of the situations that typically trigger your emotional response. The next time you feel that familiar rush of frustration or anger, try pausing. Count to 3, take a deep breath, or even step away from the situation if you need to. This pause isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about giving yourself the space to choose a response that aligns with your values and the image you want to project. Over time, this practice will help you develop a reputation for being calm under pressure, a quality that naturally draws respect. You won't need to demand it. Your composed, thoughtful responses will ensure that others see you as a leader and a person of solid character. Lesson 3. Cultivate virtuous living. When earning respect, nothing speaks louder than a life lived with virtue. Virtuous living isn't just about doing the right thing when people are watching. It's about consistently embodying principles like integrity, courage, wisdom, and moderation in every part of your life. This isn't just about being good for the sake of appearances. This is about becoming someone others naturally respect because of the quality of your character. Consider the words of Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This idea gets to the heart of what it means to live virtuously. It's about making daily choices that align with the highest standards of behavior. Not because it's easy, but because it's right. Over time, these choices define yourself and how others perceive you. Think about a person in your life who you deeply respect. Chances are they're not just someone who occasionally do good deeds. They're someone who consistently acts with integrity, face challenges with courage, and make wise decisions. Their actions are a reflection of their values, and that's what earns them respect. To start cultivating virtuous living, reflect on the values that matter most to you. Is it honesty, courage, compassion? Once you've identified these, look for small ways to incorporate them into your daily actions. It could be as simple as choosing to be honest in a difficult conversation, showing courage by standing up for what's right, or practicing moderation in your desires and habits. Living a virtuous life isn't about perfection. It's about striving to be the best version of yourself, even when no one is watching. And here's the thing. When you live with virtue, you don't have to ask for respect. It comes naturally as others begin to see you as a person of integrity and principle. Your actions will speak for themselves, and the respect you earn will be genuine and lasting. In a world where so much is superficial, a life of virtue stands out. It's the foundation upon which genuine respect is built, and it's a quality that everyone around you will recognize and admire. Lesson 4. Exercise Stoic indifference. Let's dive into a concept that's often misunderstood: Stoic indifference. You might think, how can being indifferent possibly earn me respect? But here's the thing. Stoic indifference isn't about not caring. It's about being selective in what you let affect you. It's about understanding that your emotional energy is precious and that not every situation deserves a reaction. A great Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, put it perfectly when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This quote embodies the essence of Stoic indifference, focusing on what you can control, your mind and reactions, and letting go of what you cannot, external events. Imagine you're stuck in traffic and someone cuts you off. Your first instinct might be getting angry, honking, or even shouting. But what if you took a deep breath and let it go instead? By not reacting to minor annoyances, you're conserving your energy for things that truly matter. This kind of composure doesn't go unnoticed. People start to see you as someone calm, collected, and in control, no matter the circumstance. The same principle applies to your relationships. Say someone makes a thoughtless comment or tries to drag you into a petty argument. By choosing not to engage, you're not only avoiding unnecessary conflict, but also showing that you're above the drama. This level of emotional maturity and control commands respect in a quiet yet powerful way. To incorporate Stoic indifference into your life, start by identifying the situations that usually trigger your emotional response. Then practice pausing before you react. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? More often than not, the answer will be no. Over time, this practice will help you become more resilient and focused, allowing you to handle life's ups and downs with grace and strength. Remember, demanding respect doesn't have to be loud or forceful. By exercising Stoic indifference, you're showing others that you're a person of depth and wisdom who doesn't get easily rattled by life's minor inconveniences. And that in itself is worthy of respect. Lesson 5. Employ tactical absence. Let's explore a counterintuitive strategy that can dramatically boost how others perceive and respect you. Tactical absence. It might initially seem strange. How can stepping back make people respect you more? But the truth is, sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to create a little distance. Tactical absence is all about giving others the space to realize your value. When you're constantly available, people can take you for granted. But when you strategically withdraw, even if just for a short time, you create an opportunity for others to feel your absence and, in turn, appreciate your presence more. Think about it like this. You're the go-to person at work, always ready to help, always there when needed. While this makes you reliable, it can also lead to your efforts being overlooked because you're always expected to be there. Imagine taking a well-earned break or delegating some of your tasks to others. Suddenly, people notice the gap you leave behind, and they start to realize just how much you contribute. This principle doesn't just apply to professional settings. It also works in your personal life. If you're always the one who's available for every social gathering and always the one making plans, people might start to assume you'll always be there. But occasionally stepping back gives them the chance to miss you and recognize the value you bring to their lives. The key to employing tactical absence effectively is to be intentional. Don't just disappear. Plan your absences in a way that highlights your contributions without disrupting the flow. Use this time to recharge, focus on self-improvement, or enjoy well-deserved solitude. When you return, you'll find that people are more appreciative of your presence and more respectful of the value you bring. Honoré de Balzac said, "Power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true." Your absence, when used strategically, is a way of striking truth. It reminds others of your worth without you having to say a word. By mastering the art of tactical absence, you're not just demanding respect, creating an environment where respect for you grows naturally. People will start to see you not just as someone who's always there, but as someone whose presence is genuinely valued. Lesson 6. Manifest leadership through service. When we think of leadership, we often picture someone in charge, giving orders and making big decisions. But authentic leadership isn't about being at the top of the pyramid, but serving those around you. The most respected leaders are those who lift others and prioritize the needs of their team or community over their ambitions. This is the essence of servant leadership. Servant leadership is about empowering others to succeed. It's not about seeking the spotlight, but ensuring everyone on your team feels valued and supported. When people see that you genuinely care about their growth and well-being, they naturally respect and trust you more. Think of the best leaders you've known. Chances are, they weren't the loudest or the most commanding figures. Instead, they were the ones who took the time to understand the needs of their team and offer guidance and support without seeking recognition. These leaders inspire loyalty because they put others first. Consider the words of Lao Tzu. A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, "We did it ourselves." This perfectly captures the spirit of servant leadership. When you lead through service, you create an environment where others feel empowered to achieve their best. And in turn, they respect you sincerely for your humility and dedication. In practice, this means taking the time to listen to those around you. It means being attuned to their needs and challenges and doing what you can to help them succeed. This could be as simple as offering encouragement, resources, or stepping in to help with a difficult task. Servant leadership also extends to your relationships. Being a leader in your family or among friends isn't about making decisions for everyone. It's about being someone they can rely on for support and guidance. Whether organizing a gathering or simply being there when someone needs to talk, your actions show that you care, and that's what earns you respect. Leading by example is crucial. If you want others to be honest, hardworking, and respectful, you must model those behaviors yourself. Your actions set the tone, and when you consistently demonstrate integrity and compassion, people naturally follow your lead. Finally, don't forget the importance of recognizing the achievements of others. A true servant leader gives credit where it's due, celebrating their team's successes without needing to take the spotlight. This not only boosts morale, but also reinforces your team's respect and admiration for you. By manifesting leadership through service, you build a foundation of trust and respect far more enduring than any title or position. People are drawn to leaders who genuinely care about their well-being and are committed to the success of the group as a whole. This approach to leadership creates a positive, supportive environment where respect isn't demanded, it's freely given. Lesson 7. Regular self-reflection. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of tasks, responsibilities, and distractions. But if you aim to command respect and grow as an individual, one of the most powerful habits you can cultivate is regular self-reflection. This practice isn't just about looking back. It's about learning, improving, and aligning your actions with your values. Self-reflection is like a personal audit. It's your chance to pause, step back, and think about how you live your life. Are your actions reflecting your actual values? Are you proud of the decisions you've made? Where can you improve? These aren't easy questions, but they're necessary if you want to be someone who is respected by others and yourself. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This quote reminds us that our inner life shapes our outer behavior. By taking the time to reflect, you ensure that your thoughts, decisions, and actions are in harmony with the person you aspire to be. Imagine you've had a tough week at work. A project didn't go as planned, and you're feeling frustrated. Instead of simply moving on to the next task, take a moment to reflect. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? What did you learn from the experience? This kind of introspection helps you improve in the future and shows others that you're committed to personal growth. Self-reflection is equally critical in your personal life. Think about your relationships. Are there recurring patterns you must address? Are there ways you could be a better partner, friend, or family member? By regularly reflecting on your interactions and behaviors, you can identify areas for improvement and take steps to strengthen your connections with others. To make self-reflection a regular part of your routine, set aside a specific time each day or week to pause and think. This could be as simple as taking 5 minutes to jot down your thoughts in a journal at the end of the day. What went well today? What didn't? How did you handle the challenges you faced? Over time, this practice will help you become more self-aware and more intentional in your actions. Another practical approach is mindfulness meditation. Practicing mindfulness teaches you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, which can provide valuable insights during your self-reflection sessions. This helps you understand yourself better and equips you with the tools to manage your emotions and reactions more effectively. Regular self-reflection isn't just a tool for personal growth. It's also a key to earning respect. When others see you take the time to learn from your experiences and strive to improve, they'll naturally respect you more. You won't need to ask for respect. It will come to you because of the integrity and thoughtfulness you bring to your life. By making self-reflection a habit, you ensure that you're always moving in the right direction, personally and professionally. It's a practice that reinforces your authenticity and reliability, helping you build a reputation as someone who is both respected and respectable. Lesson 8. Implement fearless speech, Parrhesia. Let's dive into a principle that can truly set you apart from the crowd. Fearless speech, also known as Parrhesia. This isn't just about speaking your mind. It's about having the courage to talk about the truth, even when it's uncomfortable or risky. In a world where many people shy away from honesty to avoid conflict, being someone who speaks with integrity and conviction is a powerful way to command respect. Fearless speech is about being direct yet considerate. It's not about being blunt for the sake of it or coming off as abrasive. Instead, it's about delivering the truth in a way that is respectful but unflinching. When you speak fearlessly, you show others that you value honesty over approval, and that kind of integrity doesn't go unnoticed. Think of a situation at work where everyone is nodding along with a plan you know has flaws. It would be easy to stay silent and go with the flow. Still, by choosing to speak up, offering constructive feedback, and suggesting improvements, you demonstrate leadership and a commitment to excellence. People might not always like hearing the truth, but they will respect you for your honesty and your willingness to address what others might avoid. Fearless speech is equally important in your personal life. Maybe an issue in a relationship has been bothering you, but you've hesitated to bring it up for fear of causing tension. By approaching the conversation with honesty and care, you're not just addressing the problem. You're showing that you value the relationship enough to want to improve it. This builds trust and respect because people know they can rely on you to be truthful, even when it is difficult. George Orwell famously said, "In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act." By practicing fearless speech, you're not just making waves but setting a standard for honesty and integrity. And in doing so, you naturally earn the respect of those around you. To start implementing fearless speech, begin with small, low-stakes situations to build your confidence. Practice expressing your true thoughts in an honest and considerate way. Over time, as you get more comfortable with this approach, you'll find it easier to speak up in more significant scenarios. Remember, the goal isn't to be confrontational, but to communicate with clarity and conviction. When you consistently practice fearless speech, you establish yourself as a person of principle who doesn't shy away from the truth. This authenticity commands respect effortlessly as people begin to see you as a trustworthy and reliable individual whose words carry weight. Lesson 9. Reject external validation. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with likes, shares, and comments, it's easy to get caught up in seeking approval from others. But if you want to command respect, it's time to shift your focus inward and reject the need for external validation. True confidence comes from within, not from the fleeting opinions of others. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. External validation is something you can't control. It's unpredictable and often inconsistent. Chasing after it only leaves you feeling vulnerable and dependent on the opinions of others. Instead, cultivate a strong sense of self-worth that is not swayed by outside influences. Consider how often we let external feedback dictate our self-esteem. A compliment can make our day, while a criticism can bring us down. But what if you could find that sense of worthiness from within? By focusing on your values, goals, and achievements, you build a solid foundation that isn't easily shaken by what others think. Imagine you've worked long hours on a project, but your efforts go unnoticed. Instead of feeling demoralized, take a step back and remind yourself of the skills you've honed, the challenges you've overcome, and the progress you've made. Your value isn't diminished just because someone else didn't acknowledge it. In relationships, this principle is just as important. Whether it's a friend, partner, or colleague, don't rely on their approval to feel good about yourself. Instead, learn to appreciate your qualities and achievements. This independence not only strengthens your self-esteem, but also alleviates the pressure on others to constantly validate you, which can improve the dynamics of your relationships. To start rejecting external validation, set personal goals that matter to you and measure your success based on your standards. Keep a journal where you track your accomplishments, big or small, and reflect on what you've learned from your experiences. This helps reinforce your internal sense of worth. Another powerful tool is mindfulness meditation. By practicing mindfulness, you become more aware of your thoughts and less attached to the need for external approval. This allows you to maintain a calm and steady sense of self, regardless of what others say or think. Affirmations can also help. Create a list of positive statements about yourself. I am capable, I am worthy, I am enough, and repeat them daily. Over time, these affirmations will help build an internal narrative that supports your self-esteem and reduces your reliance on others for validation. When you reject the need for external validation, you radiate a quiet confidence that naturally commands respect. The opinions of others no longer sway you because you know your worth. This kind of self-assurance is magnetic, drawing respect from those around you because they see someone who is secure, grounded, and self-reliant. By embracing this lesson, you empower yourself to live authentically with unwavering self-worth, no matter what the world throws your way. You don't need approval. Your confidence will speak for itself. Lesson 10. Foster resilience against criticism. Criticism is an inevitable part of life, but how you handle it can define you as a person and significantly impact the level of respect you command. Developing resilience against criticism isn't about becoming immune to feedback. It's about learning to process it in a way that strengthens you rather than weakens you. Winston Churchill famously said, "Criticism may not be agreeable, but it is necessary." It fulfills the same function as pain in the human body. It calls attention to an unhealthy state of things. When approached with the right mindset, criticism can be a powerful tool for growth. Instead of seeing it as an attack, view it as an opportunity to improve, to sharpen your skills, and to become better at what you do. Imagine you're at work, and a project you've poured your heart into is met with unexpected criticism from your boss. The instinctual reaction might be to feel defensive or demoralized. But what if you could pause, take a breath, and listen objectively? By focusing on the substance of the feedback rather than the emotional sting, you can extract valuable insights that help you grow. This approach enables you to improve and earns you respect as someone mature and open to learning. In personal relationships, criticism can often feel more personal and hurtful. Whether it's a partner pointing out a flaw or a friend offering unsolicited advice, the key is to listen with empathy. Understand where they're coming from, and instead of reacting defensively, consider their perspective. This doesn't mean you have to agree with every piece of feedback, but being able to listen calmly and reflectively shows emotional intelligence and maturity, traits that naturally command respect. To build resilience against criticism, start by separating the message from the messenger. Focus on what is being said rather than who is saying it. Ask yourself, is there truth in this feedback? How can I use this to improve? Doing this makes you turn criticism into a constructive force rather than a destructive one. Mindfulness can also play a crucial role in handling criticism. By practicing mindfulness, you train yourself to stay grounded and centered, even when faced with negative feedback. This helps you maintain composure and think clearly, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Another strategy is to seek feedback before it comes to you unexpectedly actively. Ask trusted colleagues, friends, or mentors for honest opinions on your work or behavior. This helps you improve and makes you more accustomed to receiving feedback in a way that feels less threatening. Finally, keep a journal where you reflect on the criticism you receive. Write down your initial reactions, the lessons you've learned, and how you plan to apply them. Over time, this practice will help you see criticism as a valuable part of your personal and professional development. By fostering resilience against criticism, you demonstrate that you're capable, adaptable, and willing to grow. This ability to take feedback in stride and use it to your advantage is a hallmark of a robust and respected individual. People will admire your strength of character and commitment to self-improvement, making you someone they admire. In the end, resilience against criticism isn't about avoiding or dismissing it. It's about embracing it as a stepping stone on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Conclusion. As we've journeyed through these 10 powerful Stoic lessons, it's clear that commanding respect isn't about demanding it outright. It's about living in a way that naturally earns it. From embracing self-sufficiency to fostering resilience against criticism, each lesson is a step toward becoming a person of depth, integrity, and unwavering confidence. These aren't just tips. They're a blueprint for transforming how you're perceived and treated in every aspect of your life. By integrating these principles into your daily routine, you're not just setting yourself up to be respected, but laying the foundation for a life of purpose and fulfillment. Now it's time to take action. Start small. Pick one lesson that resonates with you the most and begin incorporating it into your life today. As you practice and refine these skills, you'll notice a shift in how others respond to you. Respect will come naturally, not because you've demanded it, but earned it. Before we wrap up, if you found these insights valuable and are ready to elevate your perceived value, hit that like button and subscribe to Powerful Stoic Habits. Share this video with anyone who could use a boost in the respect department, and don't forget to drop a comment below with the words, "I demand respect." This simple act is your first step toward embracing these lessons and transforming your life. Thank you for sticking with us until the end. Keep practicing these lessons, stay strong, and remember, respect is something you cultivate through your actions, not something you demand. Until next time, remain stoic and assertive.